Hey folks, I'm going to go ahead and get started just a little bit early with this one because we have a storm headed toward us. It looks like it's going to be here in 45 minutes to an hour. So I am going to go ahead and get started on this roll. I do apologize for starting a stream 10 minutes early, but you'll catch up to me as we get moving along here. And I'm just going to get moving with this because, well, there's some chance that I may not be able to finish this one if I started on time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started now. And here we go. This is a reveal number 259. It's a 1957D tubed roll. What I found especially interesting about this roll as I opened it up and examined it very quickly for any real issues is that it was in pretty good shape. And so there's some nice coins in here. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what comes out of coin number 1. It's going to be for Bulldog. Coin number 1 for Bulldog. And here we go. Oh, there's an interesting little horn coming out the top of that one. Well, it does have a split lower serif, so it is going to be a listable RPM regardless of all else. Okay, this one's up north. There's a tornado up north of us by probably 40 miles, 60 miles, something like that. I'm going to set this off to the side just in case it happens to be anything. We're going to, well, it is a split lower serif anyway. So that's coin number 1. That was for Bulldog. And here's coin number 2. Coin number 2 also appears to be a split serif RPM, and it is coin number 2, and this goes to Marshall. So we'll get this one in the pile as well. Sorry, I'm getting started off just a little bit early here, folks. I just wanted to be sure that I got done before the severe weather moved in. It looks like I'm going to have to move my third show to tomorrow morning, so I will get up earlier and start it tomorrow morning. Because it looks like I'm going to be offline, probably going to be offline from about an hour from now. So I got to get moving. Here's Stone Cutter. Stone Cutter gets this one. What do we have here? It is another split lower serif RPM. And got nothing else there. Let's see, where are we? Okay, we've still got a good 30 to 45 minutes before I have to start worrying about this storm moving in. So I'm good for now. Got another minor split serif RPM. So far everything on the roll has been an RPM. This is coin number 4. Coin number 4 will go to Yo Man. And this one is also a split lower serif. I'll get better pictures of these at some other point in time later on. We will be able to identify the ones that can be identified. The ones that are actually just too minor, I'll end up having to send those on without attribution, but most of them it appears that we will be able to attribute. So here's number 5. Number 5 in the roll is Bulldog. Bulldog gets his second coin. Well, these coins are truly in great shape. They're in very nice condition. And there we go, another split serif RPM. So it looks like everybody's getting RPMs. Everybody gets an RPM. You get an RPM, and you get an RPM. Okay, next up, coin number 6, William Bill Crescent. What do we have here? Well, it's another split serif RPM, split upper and lower. And these are probably just repeats of the same 5 or 6 or so dies, one right after the other. So this is just pretty awesome here. And for coin number 7, this one, again, it looks like it's got something hanging out the west side of the mint mark, but it is also a split serifs. So this matches coin number 1 in the roll. Heavy die gouge out there on the L of Liberty. I'm not looking at the reverses of these now, but I will pass by the reverses as I'm going through the roll to see everything that we've got going on here. Now, you got 3 guys in the Weather Center right now talking about all the storms. So it did turn out to be true. We are getting the storms here. There's another RPM. So far every coin has been an RPM. Every single coin so far. We're up to coin number 8 now. This one's going to be a very interesting roll. Now, coin number 9, Eric Beyer. Eric Beyer gets, let's see, what is this? Okay. This one is not an RPM, but it is a doubled eyelid. Look at that. No RPM, but you have a doubled eyelid. It's not a double die in Liberty. So you do have a doubled eyelid, so it is a double die. So I'll stick it in another pile because it's not an RPM, but it is a die variety nonetheless. It is a doubled eyelid. So there's that, and here's coin number 10 now. Coin number 10. Yeah, they're picking up circulation in the storm that's headed toward us. So it looks like we may be in for an exciting evening. There's another doubled RPM, split upper and lower. And here we go with coin number 11 now. Coin number 11 to Stonecutter. And it looks like Stonecutter is going to have another split serif, split lower serif RPM. Is this the one with the, no, it's not the one with the gouge and the L. But it is a split lower serif RPM. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about with this split lower serif RPM thing. Once I get this next coin on here, if it is one, I'm going to zoom into it, give you a nice close look at it. Yeah, this is one of them. So let me zoom into this. You see that lower serif? You see that split in the lower serif right at the corner? That is what I'm talking about with the split lower serif. You can see the thickness of that serif as it's sitting in that lower zoom. There you go. Now you can see it nice and clear. Right there. There you go. Split lower serif. So there's that. Why are you losing us, Wanda? What did you do? Alright, so that is a split lower serif. I don't have a bit of doubling on the I or in Liberty, so Sureg's going to get one of the nice little split lower serifs. How about that? Now, number 13. Number 13 to Jeff Dunn. Jeff Dunn, another split lower serif. So we'll just pull this one straight off. We know it's another one of them. Coin number 14 now. Coin number 14, Marshall. See what Marshall gets. Marshall, another split serif, RPM. Some pretty coins in here too. Folks, there are some pretty coins. I'm going in and out. Is that what's happening? You guys losing me? I don't see anything wrong here. What it is. We got these storms getting ready to move in though. Need to get finished with this roll and make sure I've got it together and done before I end up losing power or losing my stream. This one does not appear to be an RPM. The last one that did not look like an RPM was a doubled eyelid, but this one is not. Live light comes and goes. Are you guys able to follow what I'm doing though? Because it looks like there's nothing going on here and no problems at all. That's my first normal coin in the roll, number 15. Alright, here's one for Jim Fletcher. And Jim Fletcher picks up a split lower serif RPM. So it's another one of our split lower serif RPMs. Nice, nice, nice. Now number 17. Coin number 17 is for Joe McBride. Another split lower serif RPM for Joe McBride. So there's that. Now number 18. Coin number 18 for Thomas Morawski. Another split lower serif RPM. It's like everybody's going to end up with an RPM. I'm going through here finding all these RPMs. This is nice and fun. Yeah, they are the same dies over and over. This is an original roll, so we've probably got 6 or 7 different dies represented here, at least 4 or 5 different RPMs. Here's number 19 for Doug Walters. So what I'm going to... Is this another one? It is. So what I'm going to do is talk us through the idea of what will happen over the next 24 hours so that everybody will be prepped for it and ready. I've got, well, at present, I have 7 undone reveals. I'm going to finish those reveals tonight and tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening, we're going to have a nice little auction. We're going to have about 100 rolls. We're going to have a few reveals to do, to sell there. We're going to do a box reveal and a few roll reveals. So I would invite you to be there tomorrow evening if you are so inclined. It'll be a good time. And then we will take care of the reveals over the weekend that we had on Friday. So I'll be finished with the reveals by Sunday. I'm only going to do about 5 or 6 reveals, but we're going to be finished on Sunday. And then I will be working through doing the legwork on those reveals. This is another split serif RPM. I'll be working through the legwork of the RPMs all the way through next week. So I may or may not even have an auction next week. Now, things got messed up a little bit, and I'm trying to make everything work, you know. Okay, we got 5 counties now with tornado warnings. Watching carefully just to make sure that our name isn't called here. Another one for Jim Fletcher. Jim is in the area where the storm is moving through, so that's probably why he's not here. This is an interesting little die here. See that thing? It looks like a little bunny track underneath the 1 and 9. That's on the die, because I've seen it repeat itself a number of times on these coins. It's 2 little tiny raised track lines. It's interesting. Okay, so that's Jim Fletcher, coin number 23. Well, when I want to rush through a roll, I can definitely do it, and this needs to be done. Unfortunately, folks, I'm having to kind of press through this. You got the guys talking on live on the on the television. There's another split lower serif right there. I do recognize that die scratch moving through the 5 there. That is common to a number of the coins in this roll so far. So I know this is going to be one of a short number of dies. It looks like we still got close to 30 minutes before it's going to get here, so I'm good for now anyway. Wanda Wanda Wanda. There's another one of those, the first die from the roll. Now take a look at it. In fact, I'm pretty sure most of this roll, if not the entire roll, is going to be 1 RPM or another to break a record for us. So far I've only found one coin in the entire roll that was not a die variety. Here's another one that's a split lower serif, or a split upper and lower serif on a 57D. Not seeing any of the Liberty double dies that do sometimes show up on 1957D. There's good 5 or 6 different double die obverses for 57D that show doubling in Liberty. Oddly enough, 1957 is the only year that sport double dies quite like those. It's a scarcity, I guess, that just happened to pop up a few times in 1957, and that was it. Yeah, I got another storm developing in south central North Carolina, moving basically in this direction. Here's coin number 8, Thomas Morowski. The way they treat storms around here is a little different than the way they did back up in Missouri and Kansas, where, well, they're actually a lot more common there. And so we get a little popcorn storm that's got some rotation in here as people lose their minds. So that could be part of what's going on. But we are in a tornado watch until 9 p.m. Anybody following this? I am in Johnston County, southeast of Raleigh. Bulldog comes up with his third coin, and all 3 were RPMs. Which doesn't surprise me at all, because there's only 1 coin in the roll so far that is not an RPM. Hello, Patrick Goen. Is it Gogan? Or Gohan? How do you pronounce your name? There's Wanda. Yeah, the ones southwest of me are the ones that I'm actually watching out for, and the reason I started this stream a little bit early, because I need to rush through it and get it done, so that this one is not an RPM. This is our second coin that is not an RPM or a double die. You're not blue no more. Well, I can make it blue. Well, that one was yours. Now there's 2. So now we've got 1 for Joe McBride and 1 for Wanda that are completely normal. So I don't want anyone to feel alone. So now you guys are not alone. You're in good company with each other. Well, and there is another one of the first die out of the roll. Aye, aye, aye. There we go. Eric Beyer gets this one. Now 32. Coin number 32. Jim Fletcher again. Jim Fletcher gets another split serifs RPM, as should be expected. This roll now has only produced 2 coins that were not die varieties. The rest of the entire roll has been RPMs or doubled eyelids. Here's Bill Cresson. Bill Cresson's coin. Oops, that's the reverse side. There we go. There's the obverse. Oops. Bill Cresson's coin is not an RPM, but I think it is. No. Not really a double eyelid either. as it appears. I am going to look through these coins again, so just to be very clear that you are resting assured that, well, when I go through these rolls, I make sure I very closely check all the coins. There's another one from the first die out of the roll. And this one will be for Jeff Dunn. And Jeff just came in, I guess. Is that right? Yo man did. Well, hey yo man. Everybody's getting treats out of this one. They're not much, but they're still treats. So you get a bite instead of the whole sandwich. At least you got a bite, right? Look at that one. That's cute. Nice little split serifs RPM. And this one's for Sissy. There we go. And we still have a severe thunderstorm warning issued for the storm that is headed toward us to be here in about 20 to 30 minutes. So as soon as I get done with this, I'm going to bolt. Yep, there we go again. Another one of the RPMs. This one's for Party Pickle. It's his one coin in the roll. You've been here from the start. What does it cost to get into the rolls, and how do you do it? Well, that's a very good question. We're going to be running an auction tomorrow evening that we're going to be doing next week's rolls tomorrow evening, so you'll be able to get into it tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The cost depends on the issue that we're talking about. The later issues, like the memorial pennies, the ones that are more geared toward RPMs, are generally they're $1 to $2 per coin generally. And when you get into the wheat rolls, like this 1957D and further on back, they're usually $2.50 to $4 a roll, or $4 a coin. And then you get back into the early stuff, or the very difficult stuff, or the really rare kinds of rolls, and they can climb up to $10, $15, $20 sometimes per coin. And the way you get into it is, and it's a very, here's another one of those, the first one in the roll again. It's very simple. All you have to do is be around when I call out that we're going to be doing this roll and that roll and blah blah, and then I'm going to give you a shotgun start, and I count it down from 5 to 1, and then when I say go, you guys would start typing in bin for the quantity of coins you want in the roll. I put a 3 coin limit on these rolls because, well, if I didn't do a 3 coin limit, only 5 people to get into the roll, and it would make other people be left out, and I don't like that. So I make sure that everyone has the opportunity to be included. And as I'm going through, I am, well, I mean, when I go through this, through selling these, I'm trying to watch the weather, do the do the reveal, watch the coins, and talk to you at the same time. So my multitasking alarm is not working very well right now. But anyhow, I go through and I sell the coins in the roll, and then we come back on a different day, like these today, and whomever has purchased spots in the roll, they get a card for their name, a little card, and those cards get included behind the numbers for that particular reveal. And I flip it over, we find out who it's for. This one's for Sissy. I pull the next coin off the roll and show it to you, and that's how that works. And this one's for Sissy, and Sissy did not get an RPM this time, it looks like. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a little tiny one, but I'm not going to be able to count that one. And we've got really kind of basically nothing showing underneath the eye. So this one appears that it may not be an RPM at all. And so that would be our 4th non-variety out of the roll. Four non-varieties out of this roll. And here's Joe McBride. Let's see if he gets any better luck this time around. And he does. This one is one of the minor split lower serifs. You can see the split in the lower serif right there on the D. So Joe is definitely going to get an RPM out of this roll. Could go southeast of me. Huh. Wadesboro. I'm not even sure where Wadesboro is. Is that further south? Alright, here we go. Adam Connor. How you guys doing, Donna? I guess you guys didn't really have any big storms there, did you? There's another one. So this one counts too. This one's going to go out to Adam Connor. I think Jim, did you start a Jeff Dunn tonight or roll reveal number 1? Not sure what you're asking, Jim. Did you guys have any really heavy storms over there where you are? Because I know one just passed through like not very long ago. This is reveal number 259. Reveal number 259. The tag up there is correct. It is number 259, 1957 D-plastic tubed roll. We're working on a roll that is almost all RPMs. Lots of rain. Okay. Well, we haven't had any rain today. Well, just a little tiny bit of rain today. But it hasn't been a bad day. I actually had to go over to Dunn to the Lowe's to pick up some shelf bracket mounts for my closet because I'm working on trying to completely rebuild my closet. And I think at this time I have successfully purchased every existing 8-inch shelf bracket in the state of North Carolina. Been to 3 different Lowe's and cleaned them all out. I have, let's see, 8 shelves with 5, that's 40. And then 16 shelves with 3. So that's another 48. So I have 88 shelf brackets in my closet. 88 shelf brackets. At $3 a piece, you can see how that starts off cheap and gets expensive fast. So here's Bill, Mr. Bill Cresson, gets another split serifs RPM. So we got another split serifs RPM for Bill. I'm trying to keep an eyeball out for what's going on in the weather. The rain is getting close to us. As soon as I take off, as soon as I get done with this, I've got to finish these last 4 coins. As soon as I get finished with these last 4 coins, I'm going to have to take off pretty quickly, and I will not be returning this evening. I will reschedule the last show tonight for earlier tomorrow morning. And considering we don't have any issues with the weather, I will be here tomorrow morning to get us started. But there's another one. That one goes to Adam Connor. So everybody involved in this roll is getting at least 1 RPM out of the roll. There's another one. This one goes to Stonecutter. So it looks like everybody's getting something. This is pretty flat, awesome roll. Even though they're not big, there's nothing huge here. They're kind of like the little chocolate chips in your cookie. Well, everybody's getting a cookie that's got chips in it, and this is just so cool. It's not like an entire huge dessert, but it's a cookie with chips. See? Nice analogy, isn't it? May have more storms after midnight. Well, that's interesting. Gee, thanks. I'm probably just going to end up going to bed this evening because I'm going to have to shut my computer off and unplug everything. Here's Sureg. And Sureg is the final coin that I'll be doing this evening. And it is another one of the minor split serif RPMs. Folks, I don't need to show you anything here. Here's what I've got. I've got 4 coins that are not die varieties. The other 46 coins in this roll are all die varieties. 1 is a doubled eyelid only. and all the others are RPMs. That's just that's a well, that's a kick-ass roll right there. I'll tell you what. Lots and lots of little chips in this. That's right, John. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and take off. Wish me luck this evening. I'm going to now batten down the hatches and battle the storms, and we'll see what happens, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning. I'll be up at probably 8:39, crack of dawn type thing, for me anyway, and I will be putting together the first reveal in the morning, which I'm going to take off tonight and schedule for earlier in the morning. I think my first schedule is at 10. I'll run one at 9. So I'll run one from 9 to 10, and that will be, which is at 260, the 1945S, the 1945S roll. So I'm sure you guys are going to want to watch that. That's going to be an exciting roll for sure. Okay, folks, I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys later. And be well. Have a good night.